I've always wondered this. I've asked people in the government their opinion and in Congress, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering why the U.S. pays $70 million per seat to the Russians to go to the International Space Station. Why do they still do that? And do you see that changing possibly under the new administration?
The new administration doesn't have anything to do with it. It will change if the new administration continues on the path that the Obama administration has had us. And this, to be quite honest, as a member of the Obama administration, I credit the Bush administration with saying, okay, we're going to phase out the Columbia, we're going to phase out the shuttle, and we're going to let American industry provide transportation for our crews to and from space. That was directed in 2004. It's a combination of Congress not appropriating the funds in a timely manner. We should have been free of the Russians in 2015. But it took us all that time to finally get Congress on board with funding the Commercial Crew Program. We now have it. We're 2 years behind, and we'll get there. So my prediction, and I'm not in the prediction business, is that in late next year, early 2018, you'll see both SpaceX and Boeing fly their uncrewed test missions on their crewed vehicles. And sometime in 2018, we'll launch American astronauts from the Kennedy Space Center, Space Coast, and we'll be launching from there from here on out. We'll still be launching with our partners from Russia, but our primary means of getting people to space will be from the Kennedy Space Center.
So if it were up to you, would the U.S. be paying the Russians anything to go up to the space station, or would they be leaving it to the private sector?
You can't. Well, we don't have the capability to leave it to the private sector right now. The good thing about what we're doing is we're allowing industry an opportunity to learn how to do this, to do tests and everything, and to build vehicles that are going to be reliable. It would be great if we could just say, okay, we're not going to pay the Russians another dime. Then that would mean we're going to sit on the ground until we have commercial spacecraft available here. And it's like I told you, if Congress had fully appropriated the funds back in 2010 when the president requested them, we wouldn't have been flying with the Russians now. We would have been flying with Boeing and SpaceX. That didn't happen. It took until 2014, actually, to start getting real serious funds for commercial crews, so we're a little bit behind. But we'll get there. I have no less faith in our industry. Boeing and SpaceX are really good. We've got another company called Sierra Nevada that has a vehicle that is a future candidate for carrying crews to space, and it's a winged vehicle, so it represents a different type of vehicle for getting people back from low Earth orbit for types of contingencies that you actually wouldn't want to have to rely on a capsule. So the American public has to be patient. They didn't get interested enough to push Congress to fund it when the president asked for it. So now, we got to suffer the consequences of delaying and funding. Yeah.